I know you fucking puck. I know that. Well, so that's a fucking phenomenal way of opening the introduction of our podcast. My name is Sebastian Morales.
Yeah, and I'm Henry Portillo.
You talk normal, bro. Don't talk with your white voice.
I'm not.
Oh,
no,
okay.
this is my voice, bro.
Oh shit. We just said something racist. Shit. I said don't use your white voice. Fucking God damn it.
No.
Hey, nah. Wait. Fuck it. We'll just leave it there.
We'll just leave it there. We'll just cut it out. I mean, it's fine. But this is just one of many takes.
Oh yeah, for sure. So the reason why, or I guess since we introduced ourselves, I guess we should actually start introducing ourselves, like who the fuck we are, how do we know each other. I mean, might as well.
Yeah. Go ahead, and then we'll go ahead and talk about in depth why we're starting this podcast and like why now, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So I was blessed to meet Henry. I kind of forgot when I met you. I forgot when I met you. It's been years. Dude, I know I met you like briefly at Stampede, which is a soccer stadium, or not soccer stadium. It's like an indoor soccer place. Everybody over there are a bunch of assholes, essentially. Like they're all just aggressive as hell.
Yeah.
And I met Henry through a friend of ours, and I kind of forgot, dude. I have a terrible fucking shitty memory.
Yeah, well, we meet briefly about that was like I would say like 5 years ago. That was like 2015 is when we first. Yeah, it's when we first met. I think you were a senior. Yeah,
I'm class of 2015.
Class 2015, and I'm 2016. So I met him briefly there. I remember seeing him and meeting him and a couple other guys, and then we met. I think you came over one time in my house. I remember.
Yeah, back when you lived in Rome and shit.
Yeah, because I remember I asked you if you want to play FIFA, and you're like, "No, I don't play FIFA." And now you beat me every time we play.
Yeah, now I'm addicted to FIFA.
Yeah, and yeah, so we became friends through there, but then we didn't talk into it. The next year is when we started playing, Black Ops 3, which is 2016.
Yeah. We started knowing Henry very well through PlayStation, playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
3. And I had a friend. Should we at this point? Should we just say fucking names? This part doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
So I had a friend named Hubert, and he's like my best friend. Like Henry. Actually, now that I go to that topic, like I have a tight circle, and that's just me in general and how the whole situation is with friendship. But I had a best friend Hubert, who he met through PlayStation as well. And one day, we went to, when we actually started talking to you and getting to meet you, it was really Buffalo Wild Wings, right?
Yeah.
And we were just eating. I don't think a fight was happening at the point. Like no UFC fight, right?
No, there was actually.
Was it the Anthony Johnson?
No, it was
or John Jones?
No, it was Woodley. It was Woodley versus Robbie Lawler. Because I remember you guys too. We were all eating. It was me, Hubert.
You ate the hottest shit there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did the atomic bomb or some shit like that. I took the atomic bomb the day after, bro. But
oh man, I was sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, bro, it was a hassle. But yeah, I remember that night is when I ate. It was me, Joseph.
Yeah,
is how we met. We met through him, but it was me, Joseph, Hubert, and you. Mm-hmm. And I remember, that's her.
Yeah, damn, time flies, dude. Like
4 years ago.
Dude, that's fucking insane. Or I guess, yeah, kind of 4, but dude, that's fucking insane. Now, what? I'm 23, you're 22?
22.
Dude, we're fucking aging.
Yeah, we're old
God
out here.
damn
bro.
it. Like, dude, no, dude. Like, my license says 23, but my fucking back problems say fucking 68 years old, dude. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, that's one thing. Well, holy shit, we're getting off topic. But, that's how this podcast is really going to be. Talking about random shit overall. Going off topic, going on a rant. Of course, we're going to bring it back in to talk about our points. So
yeah, let's go ahead. I think we should let everyone know. So quickly, like we just let we're starting this podcast. I just for the quite a while. For you guys that know me, I know I've been doing YouTube on and off for the past 2 years, which is inexperience, and I would dabble with that in time. But as of right now, I've been having the idea for quite a while to really start a podcast, and it was an idea that came up a couple months ago. But I think right away who I really thought would be a good companion to do it with is Sebastian, just because.
Wow, that's a big fucking word, companion. That's so meaningful.
No, for sure, bro. It's just like, from everyone, I think from all my friends, I vibe with you the most. We're always just fucking just joking and just goofing around, dude. You could say something.
You guys can't see this, but like there's tears running down my eyes right now. No, I'm just like sweating from my fucking eyeballs right now. He's never treated me this nice before.
No, yeah, for sure. No, it's just like, in all honesty, like I thought, like I wanted to create a podcast that I think most important thing is to have someone that you can vibe with and be authentic as fuck with, and I think Sebastian was the best choice. But anyways, I think we should for sure need to explain to the people what is the podcast and what is it going to be about.
So like right off the bat, the podcast name, or I guess just the generic of it, is the name Ight, Pues. It's like the first word I is just your common English, and then Pues. What would you have to say? Like
Pues is then.
Just like then, right?
It's like saying all right then. Ight, Pues.
It's like saying Ight then, but like we're mixing one word in Spanish in it. Yeah. And Ight, Pues is just, first of all, it's because like we were looking for not titles but names, and a lot of these names were taken, and then we noticed that Henry, every time he typed, he said Ight, Pues.
I always say all right then, like that's all I say.
And it's short and sweet, but more importantly, we kind of took it to aspect of how it relates to the podcast, because we're going to be talking about, as cliche and sappy as it may sound, about life in general. Like that's one thing that I feel like everybody talks about. Like those are the conversation everybody wants. But more importantly, Ight, Pues is like sometimes in life stuff happens and you just gotta keep going with the flow, and don't sit back and let it, I guess, not control you, but don't let it set you back, and just keep pushing forward. Because how I take Ight, Pues is like how I relate to work and other things in life is like I hate staying stagnant and just like staying in one place and not improving, because end of day, I mean, one day we're gonna get old, and at that point, the worst fear I feel like every senior would not like to experience is living with regrets. Yeah. So that's why we chose Ight, Pues. And then Henry, tell us why we are doing it in the first place. Like just why in general.
The podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, at first it's just like, I mean, obviously we need like, it's like a hobby, but just like also like, I think it's important for us to like, I think it's a perfect time to create this podcast, especially during this
2020 is fucking wild, dude. 2020 is wild.
Yeah, very chaotic, and I think I just want to turn this idea into something, hopefully good, and something that I think just to dabble on in topics that just the topics that I think young adults that I think it would be funny and like to talk about, and very also serious.
That is a goal of ours, is being authentic and not funny. Like we're not gonna try to fucking force jokes, like knock jokes and shit, none of that. But like just me and Henry, we say some stupid stuff.
Yeah, we say a lot of dumb stuff, but like it's
just keeping authentic, most importantly,
for sure. And then just us talking about other topics, about a lot of topics that I think a lot of young adults are thinking about or going through, and like something that our point of view, what we think could help. And not
to segue off of what you're saying right there, is like not only like, by all means, we're not trying to give the everything advice, like we know all, like that's not the point of this podcast either. It's like a mixture of things. So it's like giving our point of views on certain things, but more importantly, or I view this more importantly, is have topics from our audience, or in the future, what have you, right, is tell us what they think, what they've been through, so we can see like different point of views. Because I feel like as time goes on, as the generation changes, right, I've noticed people are way more open-minded, and I think that's a really good thing. So that's one of those things where getting different point of views helps you grow as a person, because you cannot stay one-sided to yourself.
Right.
As hard as it may seem, as long as you want to believe what you think is right, there's chances you're all right, there's chances you're wrong, there's chances where you're neither wrong or right. It's a certain way you think, but also other people's environment, your environment, and other people's point of views will affect you in the future and as you grow as an individual.
Yeah.
So that's also a reason why we want to do this podcast, is to get other people's point of views and experiences in life.
No, yeah. It's to give advice and to like also help others and have them help us. You know, we're all just trying to learn this game that we call life, and it's just like like, you know what I'm saying? So like that's the goal here, just to like help others, you know, with any situation, and hopefully they can help us, and just, you know, make this a very just, I guess, fun experience, you know.
Yeah, overall this is also like for like simple ideas of the fact that we're doing this for fun, because me and Henry talk a lot. Yeah, like out of our friend group, we talk a lot, but we also, me and Henry talk like seriously on some serious shit with each other. Like we talk literally about a lot of things. Sometimes I'm on the phone with him more than my girlfriend. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Bro, I was like, excuse me?
But nah, and like we talk the most, but I've noticed one thing, you and me, bro, we laugh at our stuff a lot sometimes on our own shit time. Like, especially like, so we're here in Texas, but so Whataburger is like the biggest thing here essentially. And we go there at night all the time. Not all the time, but when a group can.
Right.
And I've noticed, like, every time we hang out in a group, me and Henry would say something, we'll be the only two laughing and shit.
Bro, laughing.
And I mean, like Henry was mentioning earlier, was I vibe with him very well. He's one of my closest friends. Of course, not on some like super sappy stuff, but like he's family to me. I help him out, he helps me out. And if I had to pick someone to vibe with to keep talking like this, because I talk a lot with Henry, so it's just natural. Like right now, this is the first take, or this is the first bar, I guess, a prologue to introduce ourselves. And so far, dude, like I feel like we're talking naturally. I'm not gonna kid. Like I feel like this, like we're not forcing any conversations, I believe.
No, yeah, for sure.
It feels natural.
No, yeah, just two dudes conversating about life and just fucking joking around and helping one another. That's the whole point of this. And I honestly, like, I hope for all the audience or whomever is listening, I hope they enjoy it, because I mean, this is in the day, just, I mean, this is gonna be
just
fun.
For fun.
Yeah, for fun.
Yeah, overall, this is for fun. 2020, the reason why we're starting it now is because, I mean, dude, like here, what can we do? So, I mean, there's not a lot we can do in Texas. I mean, with the whole situation, I believe we can't say the actual sickness, because I think it's, I'm not even going to dive into that because we're not even that big.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, there's not a lot of stuff to do, but also, like, I mean, I work from home now, so I'm of course blessed to still have a job and so forth. Like right now I work from home, and it's to the point where like it's a repetitive process even more. Like, you know how it's always wake up, work out, go to work, come back home, sleep, eat, what have you. It comes super repetitive, and that kind of gets boring. I get bored very easily, and so like when I was working from home, it was the same stuff, because my bedroom is my work from home space. And Henry brought up the idea of a podcast, and I always knew, like, oh man, I listen to podcasts, I like the idea, I would love to do one. And it gives us something to do, gives us a hobby to take on, changes up my routine, my weekly routine. Right now, we're aiming up potentially right now one episode a week.
One or two episodes a week. Once we get going, hopefully we get two and a week. But as of right now, I think one or two, one a week, and
okay. Because I was trying to think of like the whole schedule thing as well. I'm just now, but it's like, so the purpose of it all, simple terms, is just fun, hobby, learn from people, help other people learn from our point of views. And specifically what we will be talking about, we haven't really specifically said that because we're trying to keep it broad. As we were mentioning earlier, Henry was talking about giving advice and getting advice about the whole game is life, whatever we call it. And that's why we're keeping it very broad. At some point, we want to be that podcast that interact with our audience a lot, like where they submit to our email that, hey, this is what's happening, yada yada yada. What do y'all think about it? And that's one thing me and Henry are looking forward to the most, is like interacting with people on a personal level. Of course, hopefully that's in the future and whatnot, but that's majorly why we want to start this podcast. And Henry, if you could touch up on the goal, like we kind of already touched on it, but what do we want from this? What experience do we want from the podcast and so forth?
Obviously, I think a lot could come from this podcast, and the goal is, just like that word, Ight, Pues, is to create like this, that word right there is to create this like platform where people can look at that word and like just say like, Ight, Pues. You can either laugh, when whatever happens in life, good, bad, you can either laugh it off, or like in seriousness be like, all right then, or just laugh it off, just Ight, Pues, like how I do it, you know what I'm saying, Ight, Pues, it is what it is type shit. And yeah, just that's the goal with this podcast, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, to grow and create a platform that people can relate to, that we want to teach a mentality that we're working on ourselves, is like the Ight, Pues mentality of, like Henry just mentioned, is like you keep going through life. I mean, like the most common comparison in life is like it's a game, a roller coaster with its ups and downs. But when going through life, you're gonna have moments where you just have to keep going. So that's why we kind of want to not experience what other people are experiencing, but know what they're going through.
Yeah.
Just so we can think about it.
We learn through other people's perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're both Hispanics, but we're born and raised here, so we have a different perspective from different other people from different states, different country or whatever. So
different cultures, essentially.
Different cultures,
I'm born in New Jersey, but I was born in Patterson, New Jersey, or born in Wayne, raised in Patterson. My parents moved me when I was super young, so didn't really experience it there. But I consider myself a Texan just because like I've been raised here like pretty much my whole fucking life, essentially my whole life. And I've met great people. And I'm just excited to start this whole journey of a podcast, to start from square one, because essentially that's what I want to do. We're gonna think about how we're gonna go approach that, but start from square one, move our way up in our lives, and then like at that point grow an audience, learn what they've gone through life from square one to now of their age, and just go from there.
I think that's a good introduction, letting now I think they know what's up, and also that we have to let them know that we're also gonna create like a social media for this podcast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, so we go plant our platform somewhere, and then also like advertisement, all that fun stuff. But
in the far future, man, as time goes on, we'll see. But I think it was a good introduction. Like, what is this running on? 18 minutes? I think that's really good. Yeah. But also, we got to go check out the audio, see what we cut, see what we keep, all that good stuff. Or maybe not. Who knows? Yeah. But I think that's a wrap. And one thing I noticed, we didn't think of a conclusion. We didn't even think of an intro. Or what should the intro be?
It was just us talking.
I guess, but like say... I guess not force it, but I'm just thinking like, oh man, other people have like some intros and shit, but I don't think we need an intro or
not for this
or
one,
a conclusion. Or I guess that will come along naturally, see what happens. But that's a wrap in my opinion. I'm done. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap for this one. But
I'm excited. Looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Catch y'all later.
All right, guys.